All right, so let's take a look at this real quick. This is the truck main. So this is the truck mate here. I've had this for what, like 3 years I think now, and it's still going strong. There's definitely been a few updates and upgrades. A couple of times some parts broke down, and they were replaced them graciously and promptly, and you know, thanking me for putting it through its paces, right? I always joke with any brand that if you want to put something to the test, just give it to me. You know, I'll use it, you know, real world testing, battle testing. So if you want something battle proof, give it to me. And it's not like I'm trying to break it down and wear it down, but I just, for some reason, I have a knack for really, you know, putting the use on things, whether it's mowers, truck mate, cart mate, whatever it is, you know, ramp rack, all the different things. Just using it day in and day out as an owner operator, and with crew, with a crew. I've never had crews plural, but with employees, with a team, we're always, you know, beating stuff down and just using it day in and day out. Real world, real life stuff, right? So that's always the joke. But at any rate, so this what this is in a nutshell, I'm pretty sure I've got videos of this in the past, and so does Mulch Mate on their website with the truck mate. But this is, the truck mate is the mini version of the mulch mate, which is a huge big box that goes on the back of dump trucks and dump trailers and so on. It's able to convey a huge amount from a dump bed, obviously, you know, all the way down. There's a chute, you know, for the mulch mate that it comes out into your wheelbarrow. So this is the same concept, just for your back of your pickup truck. So if you have a nice heavy duty truck like this, you know, it doesn't have to be a 3500, it could be a 2500, but it should definitely be a heavy duty truck with a heavy duty suspension, so you can put mulch in here. With my long bed, 8-foot bed, crew cab, 3500, I have like 7500 weight capacity, I think, payload, which includes the people sitting in there, which we don't, you know, it's usually only a couple of folks. So that's, you know, not that much. That's less than 1,000 pounds there. So then you've got another over 6,000 pounds here. 1 yard of mulch is typically 800 to 1,000 pounds, dry to wet, you know, depending on some different variables, but that's the good range and average. So you can fit, you know, size wise, I can fit a heaping 4 yards with these big sides and the 8-foot bed. Capacity, I can fit 4 heaping yards, which equates to maximum 4,000 to 4,500, 4,500. So I'm still well under payload, even with another 1,000 pounds of people. I mean, it's getting close, but again, it's not like I'm driving around all day every day with 4 yards of mulch. You know, we load up, we go to the property, dump it out, and then go. We don't dump it out. We fold this down, we unhook the trailer, we pull up or back up to wherever we have to go, as you know, saw or will see in the video, and you pull this down. This is the conveyor, and then there's a tarp in there that the mulch sits on top of, and you have the 2 different buttons. You press one button and it controls the conveyor to pull towards you on either side, whichever side you're on. You have 2 people at one time. One person goes and they grab the wheelbarrow, other person pushes their button, their wheelbarrow, so you can alternate, so you don't have to keep going around back and forth, so you can get more done in that short amount of time, or that efficient time. And the other button pulls the tarp and the convey at the same time, so it's pulling the mulch down, it falls onto the conveyor, and then shoots down into your wheelbarrow. The other button is so that, you know, when that gets full, instead of packing it continuously, you know, if it gets filled up, then you just press the button to let the conveyor convey all the material into your wheelbarrow. You know, it could be rocks and dirt, it doesn't have to be mulch, but obviously that's a lot heavier. So for this setup, I recommend just mulch, unless you're just doing 1 load of dirt, which then is almost equivalent to 4 yards of mulch. But dirt's a lot heavier, I found it the hard way, than mulch. But you know, you can put rocks in there too, a small amount. If you have a dump truck, obviously, then you can put a large amount, but then you get the mulch mate. So this is a smaller version. It's a lot better for the solo guys and the small crews, right? So for me by myself, unloading 4 yards is very efficient. I don't have to worry about all the shoveling anymore. It literally reduces 50% of the workload, the pain that you get from mulch, right? The labor intensive part of it. You can, you know, so you still do the wheelbarrowing unless you have a cart mate, which I also have, but a lot of my properties are small. where I can't use the CartMate all the time. It's almost inefficient to use the CartMate because it's just so big. You get the mower with the CartMate in front of it, which is basically a giant wheelbarrow with articulating wheels. Again, I'll put the videos at the end of this, end cards for you to watch those videos. But CartMate is great for up hills and long distances and all that, so you can save your back and labor with that. But a lot of the smaller properties, it's almost counterintuitive. Just like having a really big mower on a really small property, sometimes you end up doing more turning and potentially damaging the lawn than if you just had a smaller mower that you can just get around real quick and navigate the tight areas. So it's the same kind of concept. So I just use a regular wheelbarrow. A lot of the properties that I have, I just use the wheelbarrow, and it's quicker and easier, and I'm saving time without shoveling everything out of here. I can just use the truckmate to do half of the work, or having a guy standing in there. Before I got this, when I first got this truck, I didn't have this, and we went through mulch season with this exact setup. But I would stand up, I would alternate, I wouldn't just stick one guy or alternate guys. I would jump in there and show them how I want it done, kind of set the pace, and I would be filling wheelbarrows with pitchforks and shovels and all that the good old-fashioned way. And then eventually, then we'd switch out. But then when I got the truckmate, you don't need a guy up in there, really, so it's just one guy can do it. So I can literally just do this by myself. Or if I have a couple of guys like I have had for many years, what we do is we use this to quickly fill up all the wheelbarrows, and we just go to all the mulch beds and dump piles all around the property. So we unload this 4 yards really quickly, considering all things considered. And if we need more than 4 yards, then I go and load up with another 4 yards, or however much we need, 2 yards, whatever it is, finish off that property if it's the end of the day. If not, it's always another 4 yarder so that we can move on to the next one after that. And then the guys are spreading all the piles while I go and get more mulch. And then I come back. By the time I come back, they're either still spreading, or they're just finishing up, or maybe they're waiting on me for 10-15 minutes and they're sitting in the shade, drinking some water, rehydrating, and kind of getting their energy back for the next load, right? So either way, it's all about being efficient. You work with what you got and you make it work. So I saw this, I saw the potential and the possibilities, and especially whenever I do some on my own, like you saw or will see in the video, one person can do this a lot easier now without having to shovel and do all that. So anyway, that's enough about truckmate. Just wanted to give some sort of something here in the video, because versus you just seeing it in action. But anyway, truckmate, go to mulchmate.com, and you can save with code LCR. Check it out. I'll put the link in the video description as well to make it even easier.